What's up, guys? This is Automotive Anonymous, and I'm in a 2023 Mazda CX-5 Premium Plus. Today, I want to tell you the 5 things I love about this car, and maybe something at the end that I'm a little bit disappointed that Mazda doesn't do differently, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, if you're new to my channel, thanks for tuning in. If you're not, you know I've already reviewed quite a few Mazda products, so we're not going to get into all the technical specs today, but rather go over a few things specific to the CX-5 and share what we like and what we don't like. Let's get right into it. The first thing I love about the CX-5 is how you feel, especially when you're cruising in a Premium Plus like this or one of the other upper trim levels. All the materials, they're really nice, refined, leather throughout, soft touch everywhere, or rubberized line pockets, so it's convenient. It's really nice. All the trim pieces, the piano black is really slick, especially in the sunlight. And what's this? You get a heated steering wheel, heated seats, and even ventilated seats. So you really get a lot of options if you spec one of these out decently. But there's basically one for every price range, because a lower trim level like the S starts at, well, under 30 grand even after destination. And then a really low to turbo Premium Plus, those sort of trim levels really don't top much higher than 40 if you have it spec'd out completely. So one for everyone to enjoy if you're looking at a new CUV. The second thing I love, or number 2, not to be confused with the bowel movement, is the options that you have on the CX-5 between the 8 different trim levels. You can basically mix and match the interior and the options that you want. So if you want more of a base model, you want as many electronics, you know, things that could potentially have electrical problems years down the road, you don't have to get all of those. It's not the only option you have with the 8. Additionally, if you want a turbo option, if you want a little bit more power, shave a few seconds off 0 to 60, you can have that as well. What is that you say? You want red leather? That's even an option with the Carbon Edition. I've reviewed one of those and it was one of my favorites. So the CX-5, having been around for a few years, it's a very refined platform, but a diverse platform. You can find the one that fits best for you, what you want, what you need. You can have it your way. It doesn't have to be Burger King to have it your way. The third thing I love is the reliability and the refinement. Building off of what was previously mentioned, we're in the 2nd gen, the 7th year of it, so even though it looks like an aging platform on paper, you guys see what the interior looks like, all the creature comforts, all the safety features we'll mention a little bit later. It's really quite competitive against the competition, not just in price point, but in what it offers and the value of it. You get a lot of good stuff in this vehicle, and not like it had many issues to begin with, as this is a very flagship type of model for Mazda. It's their best-selling one. There weren't a lot of things going wrong from the start, but over 7 years, they've worked out the kinks and the quirks of it so that it's really something that you can rely on, especially if you plan to keep the CX-5 for past the warranty date or the expiration. And with only 2 engines offered on this, and those engines being pretty standard in most of the other Mazda products, there's parts everywhere, so repairs, if you ever needed them, really should be pretty inexpensive, and a lot of technicians should know how to work on this if you don't do any of the maintenance yourself, because it's everywhere. It's not some unique platform, so although it's a good powertrain, it's pretty standard across the Mazda lineup. The next thing to love when you're going CX-5 is it does the Suburban Life really well, with over 7 inches of ground clearance on every model, all-wheel drive, and about 29 cubic feet of room behind the back rear seats, or about 59 with them down. You have a lot of capacity to do whatever you need to do, so there's not a lot of sacrifices or compromising when you're driving something like the CX-5. You just hop in and you do life. It's easy to drop the seats. It's easy to go where you need to go and do what you need to do. These have a little bit of a towing capacity, a little bit of a roof rack capacity if those were installed on the vehicle, but otherwise, with that amount of cubic space and how easy it is to access, you can really do a lot of things pretty simply, and in a way that makes life more convenient. You don't have to plan ahead too far and make a lot of sacrifices just to do the basic things. Additionally, at about 15.5 feet long and standard height and width of most vehicles in its class, it can be parked easily. You can drive around town, maneuver, park in your garage, or if you don't have a garage, if you park in a parking space. It's not overwhelmingly large. You don't have to worry too much about door dings compared to like a 7-foot wide truck, or not being seen like some other smaller vehicles. So it's a pretty good balance, a happy medium in a lot of regards. The fifth thing I love about the CX-5, and something you guys should love as well, is the safety features. Between blind spot monitoring, heads-up display, adaptive cruise, lane departure, lane keep assist, all those features and more, the LED headlights up front, it is a top safety pick plus, which means if you were in an accident, you're going to be better off than a lot of other accidents. But because of all those active and passive safety features, you are much less likely to get into an accident. My day job, when I'm not doing car reviews, is doing physical therapy. So I've worked with a bunch of people in the nursing home and home health who are in car accidents, and you do not want to be one of them, because that is not convenient one little bit. It's not very pleasant either for them. So keep in mind, when you're buying a vehicle, you want to have something that's safe. No one ever thinks they're going to be in an accident, yet they still somehow happen. Hey guys, literally while filming this and right after doing the fifth item, the safety, and before mentioning the bonus, which I'm about to do, there was a pretty nasty accident. It looks like the previous gen Ford Ranger, the extended cab, and it's completely smashed up. I'll see, hopefully I can zoom in enough for you guys, but very sad. I'm sure those are not known to be extremely safe trucks, just as they're older and they're smaller, and those things don't often help with safety. I pray that the driver, whoever's in there, whoever was involved in the other vehicle, that they're okay, but just another testament to why you need a safe vehicle if you can swing it. Let's get to the bonus. Alright guys, you made it through the 5 things I love about the CX-5, so let's go to the bonus round. The thing that I don't like so much, the thing that I wish they would listen solely to my opinion if no one else's, and consider doing on the next model year, is bring out another trim level that's more powerful than the turbo. That is at least 320 to 350 horse, because Mazda has a very refined, very good platform to begin with. Why not have a slightly up-boosted version of the 2.5, maybe one that has forged internals? That might sound kind of crazy, but hey, they did that on the Miata. The Miata's not a high-selling car. They did forged internals starting in 2019. Why not have a similar version of the CX-5, especially when this is their #1 selling car? If you had a turbo version that made well over 300 horse, it would compete against and be the underdog against some of those other competitors, some of those more expensive rivals from Mercedes and Audi and BMW. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And like always, if you enjoy my content, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.